Countless champions have been crowned throughout the history of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! But what about the underdogs, the dark horses, the decks that upon first glance make you question everything you thought you knew about the game? In this series, both MBT and myself will be showcasing some of Yu-Gi-Oh's wackiest unsung heroes. Each episode will feature new decks, new strategies, and the results will be unpredictable. You've seen the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! But this is the history of Jank. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code Cimoooooooo5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
Well, folks, we are just about ready to say goodbye forever to 2011 and 2012 Yu-Gi-Oh! Jank. We've been a little bit anachronistic during this period, but it was all in the name of comedy. That said, I think we would be remiss if we left this period without playing some of the most powerful cards that no one really ever explored, the Psychics. Now, we've talked about Psychics on History of Yu-Gi-Oh! Already. You may remember the Mindmaster FTK that was legal for all of a couple of days, and you might also remember Jeff Jones's historic September of 2012 list that included Grandsoil the Elemental Lord to reborn a bunch of Psychics over the course of your turn. Serene Psychic Witch is the card that made the latter deck tick, and it was legal way earlier, just unbroken. There are a lot of really powerful Psychics at the start of the 5Ds era, including cards like Silent Psychic Wizard that would be breathed new life into during the Battle Pack format, and Esper Girl, a tuner that pluses you. Unfortunately, they never really saw any competitive success, but we are going to do our best to wrench one drop of playability out of these monsters. Serene Psychic Witch is almost a recruiter, and the ways in which she's not a recruiter are all benefits. She summons during your standby phase, so your opponent can't spend a removal spell on the monster that you bring out. High impact monsters like Destructotron that absolutely have to live get to do so, and she can summon Esper Girl, a tuner that pluses you when she sinks off. We're going to use this slew of monsters alongside two other ones. First, a card that dominated much of 2011 and 2012 Yu-Gi-Oh! Reborn Tengu, and secondly, some cards that are fantastic in an archetype that just needs additional bodies on board, the TGs. Warwolf and Striker are both free special summons under different conditions, and can make powerful synchro monsters with non-tuners on the field, or be the non-tuner themselves. I'm really excited to try this deck out. I want to show you just how deep a Serene Psychic Witch line can go. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get to resolve Miracle Synchro Fusion and make ourselves an ultimate Axon kicker. So with that, let's get into the card by card. We're on 3 Silent Psychic Wizard. This allows you to target a Psychic-type monster in your graveyard and banish it on normal summon, and then if it's sent to the field of the graveyard, you can special summon the monster banished by this effect. We've got Serene Psychic Witch, we've got Destructotron, Psychic Commander, Psychic Jumper, Esper Girl, Reborn Tengu, TG Warwolf, Double Striker, and a Neo-Spacian Grand Mole. For spells, we've got a Heavy Storm, a Dark Hole, a Monster Reborn, an Avarice, a Mind Control, an Emergency Teleport, a Book of Moon, double Mystical Space Typhoon, double Pot of Duality, double Creature Swap. We're on a ton of Recruiters and Tengus. Also, 2 Miracle Synchro Fusion, 2 Dimension Prison, 2 Solemn Warning, a Solemn Judgment, a Torrential Tribute, and a Mirror Force in the side. We've got the Wangus, we've got the Maxis, we've got the Crows, we've got the Thunder King Ryos, we've got the Debunks, we've got the Cyber Dragon, we've got the Chimera Tech in the extra. We've got the Ultimate Axon Kicker and a Levier the Sea Dragon, and then a bunch of synchros we can potentially go into with Esper Girl, Psychic Jumper, Psychic Commander, TG Striker, and of course, Reborn Tengu. It's not exactly Jeff Jones's Grandsoil Psychics, but hopefully it's good enough to get us a W.
You might be a bit confused for this week's episode of History of Jank. Joseph's playing Psychics, I'm on Rock Stun. Both of these decks actually look quite competent in all fairness, but these decks were nowhere near as playable as people might think that they were. There are bits and pieces of playability here, but it all falls short in the hands of what is actually the better decks of this time. And so Rock Stun is a deck that is very easy to play, and I think if you were getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Around this time, very affordable, very cheap, and a very simple deck to play, so it doesn't require much thinking because it's a stun deck. But at the end of the day, man, this deck fucking sucks. So some of you may actually recognize some of these cards. Quackimeru Guardian, for instance, saw tons of play in Adamancipator, but that's because Quackimeru Guardian might be the only good card we're actually playing in this deck. The main goal of our deck here is to sort of lock down the game with the Quackimeru cards, but also a card like Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo, which is also a rock monster that prevents your opponent and yourself as well from being able to special summon. So being able to have these out with a card like Solidarity, for instance, which buffs all of your monsters by 800 attack, makes it a bit difficult for them to actually win the game because you can lock down their monster effects, their trap effects, their spell effects, as well as their ability to special summon, so the game ends very quickly. Now, there are some issues with that, but we'll get to that later on. Let's do the card by card. So first up, Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo, a small guy, but he's very important just because he locks down the ability to special summon. This plus some back row is good enough to win a game on its own, and has seen even modern play for that reason. One, Gaia Plate the Earth Giant. This is like a rock BLS, but it's like fucking terrible. So like it's here because it's 2800, it's big, and that's about it. This card does nothing else. We have two Gigantes, which again, another card that saw play in Adamancipator just because it's a level 4 basically that you could just summon to the field for free. But this card's okay because it's essentially a heavy storm if it's killed by battle, but for all intents and purposes, it's another guy we can use to get to the field, possibly access our rank 4 pool. We have 3 copies of Quackimiru Boulder. If you've never seen this card before, there's a reason for that because this card sucks. When it's killed by battle and sent to grave, you can add a Quackimiru card or a Iron Core from your deck to your hand, but surprise, we're not playing the core because the core is terrible. And then we have the good Quackimirus, Guardian, Sandman, and Wall. Each of them have the same effect that during each of your end phases, you have to reveal a Iron Core or you have to reveal a rock monster in your hand. Thankfully, every card we are playing is rock, otherwise it gets sent to the graveyard. And then when a monster effect, trap effect, or spell effect respectively is activated, you can tribute off the respective card, Guardian for monster, Sandman for trap, Wall for spell, and negate the effect and destroy that card, which is fantastic in theory if you have a good lock on the game. The problem is you lose a lot of tempo when you do that because now you don't have a way to clock your opponent for 1900 to the dome, so there are some issues with that, and so that's why this deck sort of falls apart. We also have one Grand Mole because guess what? This card's a rock. That never comes up, but this card's great, so we're going to play it anyway. For the spells, we have Dark Hole Reborn, double MST, triple Duality, and triple Solidarity. Solidarity is pretty good in multiples in all fairness. Like 800's already good enough, but if you have 2 of this, like Pachycephalo is a 2800 normal summon, which is just absolutely insane. So Solidarity actually plays a pretty important role in this deck because it prevents your smaller dudes from getting run over, but it makes your big guys gigantic and means that you can close the game out very quickly. And then for the traps, we have a Bottomless, a Call of the Haunted, Dark Bride, double Dimensional Prison, double Phoenix Chain, Mirror Force, Solemn Judgment, double Warning, Torrential, and Trap Dust Shoot. We need the traps in here to hold off the opponent long enough that we can set up our board, and hopefully then we win the game. For the extra deck, honestly, we're probably never going to summon anything in here, but we have a Catastor, an Ancient Fairy, a Black Rose, a Brionac, a Barkion, a Beast, a Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Trishula, 2 Utopia, 2 Roach, and 2 Zen Maester. To be fair, we could maybe summon these, but I don't think that's going to happen. And then for the side, triple Maxi is pretty good against the special summon decks. Triple Thunder King, this is a pretty good stun card for what it's worth, so we may actually side this in. 2 Leeching the Light against light focus decks, 2 System Down against machine decks, 2 Debunk, and triple Vanity's Emptiness. I'm surprised this deck's just not playing the Emptiness, but to be fair, it sort of conflicts with the Quackimiru because they send themselves to the grave, which would then pop your own Emptiness. But if you just establish like Guardian, Solidarity, Emptiness, you're probably just going to win because nothing can really out a 2700 that can't be special summoned. So we'll see how it goes. This is going to be a rough one for sure, but if we can get a good lock on the game, I'll be feeling pretty confident. So ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Well, Joseph, we're back to some semi-playable decks in History of Jank, right? I mean, I think that term's a little bit loosely used here, but I think compared to what we're going to be playing next episode, these are much more playable by comparison.
It's really funny to me that you're saying that, and I mean, I feel like every deck that we've played has been playable in its own way, right?
No,
I mean,
no.
You don't think that?
Do
You don't
not
think the
bring
Ice
up
Barriers?
Slifer Ninjas.
You don't think the
if you bring up
you don't
Slifer,
think...
maybe Slifer Ninjas was a more apt matchup for the Ice Barriers. Maybe we have to do like a redo of that.
We'll do a best of Jank and then never release it. You all are
people really love that episode, though. In all fairness,
Wild.
So maybe I wouldn't be surprised if we revisit Ice Barriers like towards the end of Jank, just because they get the structure deck, and the deck still sucks. But in any case, we're not talking about Ice Barriers. We are talking about R2 decks, which I'm just ready to get into it, buddy. This is going to be maybe interesting, but I'm also playing the deck that requires no thinking, so we'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and shout the patron. It is Nicholas Tardive. Thank you for the support, buddy. Do you have the hand up?
Oh, I do.
My die says even.
It is even. It was 2, as in the number of psychic monsters I need on field to make an actually good card.
Well, to be fair, your cards are probably much better than mine, in all fairness. But actually, that's
I
not
was going to
true.
say, you liar! You're playing cards that were in Adamancipator last year.
That's true. But that doesn't mean that they're necessarily good without the Adamancipator core to support them. But we'll see. Best of luck, buddy.
I hope you have not found a core to support them, if you know what I'm saying. I hope that you are coreless.
ha ha ha. Very funny. I think all I'm gonna do is fire potted duality.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Cool.
perfect.
Awesome.
Best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap Dust Shoot. Gotta love them.
Epic.
Who needs Sandman? Cards for cowards. All right, and then we're gonna go set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! During this time, don't you, buddy?
Yes, I do.
Oh no! And you have duality, and this hand's crazy.
It's unbelievable. I get to go E-Telly
my-
Warwolf. I get to normal Serene Psychic Witch. It's crazy. It's unbelievable.
Not good. What I hate is that, again, endless conga line of assholes. All of these things just fucking float.
Yep.
I guess I will get rid of the witch. I guess I'd rather like make you E-Telly like her back out or something, which you would probably just get a tuner anyway. But yeah, get rid of the witch.
Sadly, that's fine. That is probably the pick. All right, we'll go to main, and at least we can get a judgment off here.
Correct.
All right. Well, now I don't know what I want to do. Because if you have a way to remove the Warwolf, the monster will be banished and then just out of guise. So I'm actually just going to duality. We're looking for that witch again.
Did you shuffle Joseph Rothschild?
I did. Holy
oh my
shit,
god.
holy.
Well, there are 3 in the deck, aren't there?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not improbable that would happen, but
Right.
Still crazy nonetheless that it was the top card. All right. You got your witch back.
God, I love
I'm
this
thinking
card.
here. Yeah, witch is fine.
Woo, all right. Let's go to combat. I'll try to get it.
All right, it is Kwaki Meru Boulder.
Damn.
This has to be the worst of the fucking... Why did they play this card? I do not understand. I
God.
will grab... Well, fuck. If I know you have Mirror Force, like, maybe I just fucking get Sandman now. It doesn't do anything, though. Like, it doesn't, like, negate... It negates it, but I have to sack the Sandman, so it effectively does the same thing. I'll just take Guardian. Whatever.
That's fine.
It's gonna eat a Mirror Force no matter what I do.
I'm going to go
so.
main 2. I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I'll pass it back.
All right, E-Telly and Mirror Force. Fantastic. All right, well, I will go Kawaki Meru Guardian.
Yeah!
Let's eat the Mirror Force.
Yes, you will!
Okay, fantastic. That was a productive turn. Go ahead.
I'll draw for turn. Battle.
Sure.
Wow.
I'll take it.
E-Telly.
Am I just dead here?
If you let the
No,
E-Telly
there's nothing you can
resolve.
E-Telly for 26. That would be kind of crazy. I know you've got what? Warwolf?
Warwolf is lethal.
I think I'll warning this.
Ooh. I guess I should have normaled Warwolf. Okay, we'll go main 2. I'll just set 1, and you are good to go.
Well, I have another Guardian.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad. I'll take out the witch.
All right, I'm going to try it.
I can negate this, but I'm so fucked if I negate this. So I think I need the monster. I will let this go.
All right, I am going to banish Esper Girl.
And that's it for me. I will reveal Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo.
Jesus Christ. All right, standby phase will summon back the Esper Girl. Okay, we will banish the top card of our deck face down, and I will special summon TG Warwolf here. All right, we're going to go into... Oh, who cares, honestly? Truly, who cares? Wonder Magician, targeting the back row, and we'll grab the remove from play card.
I'll chain it. It's Fiendish Chain.
All right. Sadly, the remove from play card was Creature Swap. So I will now Creature Swap.
Yep.
You can have this one. I will
so
flip summon
unfortunate.
Striker and normal summon Serene.
I'm done. Joseph, I looked at that hand with Trap Dust Shoot, and I saw the writing on the wall. That was the god hand, if I have ever seen it, for Psychics. I mean, it probably could have been better, but in the context of what my hand looked like, that was unwinnable. There's no shot I was winning that game.
It was a pretty killer open, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
This one, not bad either.
Okay. Got another duality.
Yeah,
Kick
yeah,
things
yeah.
off here. Okay.
Okay,
Those
3
are
good cards instead of 3 bad ones. That's interesting.
Those are pretty good. I will elect to take... I think I'm going to go for the Fiendish Chain.
You gotta have vanities already. There's just
What,
no...
buddy? Maybe I just value Fiendish Chain over Vanity
Yeah,
so
of
much.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to normal summon Guardian.
Yes.
I'm going to set 3 cards.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh!
And end phase, I will reveal Pachycephalo and pass.
That's fine. I'll draw for turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to you.
Standby. Main 1.
Also fine.
I gotta get through 3 back row. That's terrifying. I will run out Wackiest Sandman. We'll try to go to battle here. Let's hit with Guardian.
Anything on attack deck?
Nope.
It is Serene Psychic Witch. I will try to trigger the effect.
That is fine by me, buddy.
We are going to banish a copy of Esper Girl.
And then we'll try 19 on the Sandman.
I'm going to prison this one.
He's either getting banished or he's going to the
graveyard. Take your pick, buddy.
I guess I will negate it so he goes to the graveyard. He's probably slightly more useful there. Yep. Second main, that's all I got. Go ahead.
All right. Standby.
I guess I'll Vanities here.
When are you doing this?
I will do this in... So does Serene activate to special
does
summon?
Activate, yes.
Okay, I will use it in response to the activation of Selene.
Kind of shitty. I do have to MST here in that case.
Okay. I got nothing to that. That's fine.
I wanted the hot 2-for-1 so bad.
I know you did. That's why you were asking.
I will try to Esper Girl here.
Do I care if you get a little +1 here? This is fine. I don't care.
Ooh, that's a good one. Sorry.
It's supposed to be face down as well.
Rephrase that. Ooh, that could be anything. That could literally be anything. We'll go to main 1.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to normal Tengu.
Great. That's a real card, isn't it? I'll warning the Tengu to try to stop the chain.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm going to set 1 and I will pass turn.
Like, I can warning the Synchro, but I just don't think that does me any good. Main 1. I'm going to try Grand Mole here.
I'm going to activate Torrential.
Sure.
We're going to activate
to trigger your Esper Girl. Yep. I've got a back row in the Imperm column. Go ahead.
Stand by me. Puts me in a weird position. Let's go Duality.
Sure. Ooh. Those are pretty good.
We are not close on Avarice. We are just not remotely close. That said, it's...
3 of 5 is pretty close.
Probably better than anything else on here. We'll take Avarice.
Okay.
And then we will just set 1 and pass.
Okay. We'll draw. Standby main. You have so many good hits. Let's space the back row.
It is Solemn Warning.
Not bad. I will try for Pachycephalo here. I doubt this is going to connect, though.
It is Psychic Jumper.
I'm correct. All right, I'll take 3. I know you have Avarice and the card off of Esper Girl in hand. That's going to do it for me.
Stand by main. I will tribute Jumper for Sidra.
That works. That is not a special summon. This is what, 9? Yeah, I'll take it.
Second main, I'll set 1. And back to you.
Not looking good. I'll just pass.
I'll get in.
It's fine.
Set 1 more. Back to you.
Well, I can't really afford to take these hits anymore, so I'll Dark Hole.
That's rough.
Puts the Avarice online, but honestly, there's not much I can do. Normal Sandman. I will go to battle for 19.
I hate doing this 1-for-1, but Mirror Force.
Shh. I'll negate it!
Yeah, okay.
All right, go ahead.
Stand by me.
Yep.
Avarice.
And you were complaining about the Avarice, Joseph.
No, it was just such a powerful deterrent of getting a couple hits in with the boy.
Yep.
Weird draw, very strange draw. Less strange draw.
Double Esper Girl, please.
Well, it's TG Warwolf.
That's frightening. This is
now,
what, 12?
Yeah, we are just playing the endless conga line. Back to you.
They have been assembled. I will draw. I will normal Kawaki Meru Sandman.
This is not Sandman.
Wall, whatever.
Spell effect? Yeah, sure.
7.
I'll take it. What do you think about that?
I wasn't expecting to get this far. I will go to the end phase. Would you like to trigger your Warwolf?
Yeah. Let me grab... Be cool if I could get Warwolf here. We're just going to grab Striker.
You idiot. You think you're going to special summon a monster?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh my God. I ripped Tengu, so...
Great.
I'll try it.
I have Chain, so I'm not dead.
Oh, it's Chain! Okay. I was like, I don't know. It's gotta be something crazy. Back to you.
Just considering it on the Sidra, but for all the good that's going to do. I'll set 1. You have Striker. You rip Tengu. Am I in immediate danger? No, I'll pass.
Standby main.
Yep.
Normal striker?
He's a tuner. This is probably bad. I think I have to Judgment Striker.
Wow, that is very ridiculous. And also ridiculous is that I get to Dark Hole my own Tengu for Gang.
I have Max C. I'm not dead.
We can do it! We can do it! If it's Battle Fader!
I had to Duality. Fuck.
Oh, Jesus. What a strange one.
Yeah, that
you
was
run
weird.
it back? You want to do the
Yeah,
game
let's
through?
run it back. I want to try one more. I have to get at least one game. I refuse to believe that I cannot win one game against this. Maybe I haven't like embraced the stun factor of this deck. Like maybe I'm just playing it improperly. But
listen, Alex, I'm gonna tell you. I know a lot of the time it feels as if we haven't truly given ourselves to our deck, and that's why we're losing. I don't think anything's gonna fix this one, buddy.
I don't think so either. I am going to sequencing of this matters. I'm going to normal summon Quackiest Guardian. Surprise, shocker. And then I'm going to set 3 and pass. Very different than my other turns because I didn't open Potted Duality. Go ahead.
This is fine. Who are we?
Sorry. I have to reveal Fossil Dyna for like the 900th game.
Hey, you have just glued to your hand. All right.
There's 3 of them.
All right, well, this is different than the rest of them in that you actually have a guy and back row, and I don't have, like, heavy. So, you know, maybe we could make something happen here. Let's go Special Striker.
Sure.
Special Warwolf.
Sure.
Normal Tengu.
Barf. Yep.
Tengu Striker. We'll go Bryo.
Tengu effect.
Yes. I imagine that there is a Fiendish Chain in the back row. Let's go for Bryo here. We are
pitching and target.
We are going to
or
pitch
target
Jumper. Let's target the Guardian.
I actually think I sack Guardian to kill the Brio.
Sure. We'll try combat here.
I will Mirror Force this.
Okay. We'll go Tengu.
I'll take the 17. That's fine.
Sure. Second main, I'll set 1, and then end phase will resolve Warwolf. I'll go grab Striker. Back to you.
I have a plan. I will activate Solidarity.
Oh, yes!
I will normal Pachycephalo.
He's fucking huge, yes.
2,000 attack Pachycephalo. Get in there.
I have a Dim Prison.
I have Dark Bribe.
Oh, I was kind of just expecting Judgment. Okay, how do I out a 2,000 attack point Pachycephalo? We will learn here today together.
And then I will set an additional one in main phase 2 and throw it to you.
I will set 1 and pass turn.
So now you have Striker and that's it, I think. That's it. And that's probably what you just set. All right, I'll draw. Mm-hmm. Ooh, there's the boy.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a
right
good one.
on time. 2K to the face.
Yeah.
You don't have Gores. Go ahead.
I will normal Silent Psychic Wizard.
You have Psychics because you pitched Jumpa. Yeah, that's fine.
Combat.
Just try to get the Jumper. Oh, that actually doesn't do anything. Combat's fine.
I will MST the Solidarity.
Why would you do that? That's so
I would
mean.
like to not lose the game. I may regardless.
I have D Prison for this, thankfully.
Okay. Sure. Back to you.
Draw. This is kind of sick because I can stick Grand Mole now.
19 here? Or 21?
21. And then I have a back row. Go ahead.
Come on. Stand by main. We will normal Serene Psychic Witch.
That's fine.
I'll try for the Packy.
I think I have to Fiendish Chain this, sadly.
Wow. Yeah, I get it. You're trying to draw like a guy. You can Grand Mold a... Oh, man, that's so bad. There's no way that's the play. All right, back to you.
Draw. It's a guy, but it's not the guy I want.
It is a lad.
So we'll bounce.
Yep.
And then 24 here. And then I'll throw it to you.
Draw for turn. Stand by main. Which?
Sure.
Wow.
You get to clear. I'll take 2.
Oh, my God. All right. Back to you.
I can go... Grand Mole, bounce. That seems pretty good. You know what also seems good? Winning the game. I will normal Sandman.
Yes.
5 and 12.
500. Yep, and that will do it. Woo!
Okay, I mean, I didn't think it was that fucking hard to win with this deck, but oh my god, all monsters. Jeez.
Yeah, no, it's a rough one. Well, that's the deck.
Yeah. That's right. I mean, if it stuns, it's great, and if not, the deck is fucking terrible. Solidarity, I will say, makes a huge difference in how like beefy your guys are. Like getting Patchy to 2K is insane.
So, yeah, I think that there's a lot to talk about with regard to your deck. Rock Stun was like a known quantity for a long time, but as, you know, evidenced by the fact that we're playing it on fucking Jank, it just really didn't have tops to its name. And the reason is pretty clear. If you stick a Solidarity, you're in a fantastic position. If you stick enough back row, like 3 or more, you're in a fantastic position. But to do that, you need to have drawn a monster and 3 back row and an additional monster, because all the Koakai Mairus require you to reveal another one. So unless you're opening exactly like a Fossil Dyna you do not intend to summon, plus a Koakai Mairu that lines up profitably against your opponent's game plan, plus 3 back row, then you're kind of fucked. Solidarity is a great card and lets your Koakai Mairus basically live forever against like opponents like Cyber Dragons, Synchro Monsters that would otherwise eat them alive, but playing so is a piece of back row that isn't necessarily a response to your opponent's game plan and also isn't a rock monster. So it just doesn't line up well against anything. The games you win with Rock Stun are the ones where you land like a Pachycephalo and protect it for a couple of turns. You tempo your opponent out with a Grand Mole. You're maybe able to go for a big push with a Gaia Plate. But there's a lot of them where your opponent just goes 1-for-1 with your back row every single turn for 3 turns and you get your ass run over, like what happened in the other games.
Basically, yeah. Like, if you can establish initiative and you have, like, card advantage over your opponent, then when you're sacking off your Sandmans or your Walls to negate traps and spells, and even, like, your Guardians to negate monster effects, then you feel a bit better about it, because then it's like you're trading in a more profitable way because you're just denying your opponent of the resource. But, like, even then, it still just feels bad that you lose so much tempo on your win condition, which is actually killing them in order to, like, be able to seal out the game. And it is neat because Pachycephalo has been around forever, right? This is a card that saw plenty of side deck play because it's literally just like a dark hole for special summon monsters, plus Vanity's Emptiness on legs, which if you think about it, it's kind of crazy. It needs a lot of things to go right. And Solidarity does help that because getting a chunky Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo is pretty good. A lot of things need to go right. It is nice you get to play incidental synergy cards like Gigantus. You get to play Grand Mole, which is, you know, a rock, which doesn't really come up ever when people play Grand Mole, but it's just funny. It works with this deck. And also Gaia Plate, which is like the rock BLS, but absolutely awful by comparison. So, you know, it's what it is. Your deck is a lot cooler by comparison because you get to do a lot more fun stuff. And I'm sad we didn't get to see you like do like just really pop off, especially because you're playing like Miracle Synchro Fusion.
Yeah, so this list is strange. Ever since the historic what is it? Grand Soil Psychic list.
Yep.
People have kind of understood intuitively that there's something there with like Serene Psychic Witch. You know, it never dies. It cycles into Esper Girl, so it gets you advantage. Esper Girl's a tuner, so you can convert it into powerful synchro monsters. There's also a lot of cards in here that saw absolutely no play historically, despite being really strong, especially in limited environments. Silent Psychic Wizard, Destructitron, unbelievable cards. In like Battle Pack 3, but largely overlooked in actual Yu-Gi-Oh! It's kind of frustrating because early Psychic stuff is really interesting and there are a lot of neat options for it, and it really didn't get its day in the sun. And like E-Telly is legal, so
right.
It's hard to build a deck focused around Psychics post like Mind Master getting shot into the abyss, but I think this does a pretty good job without committing fully. Like something like Grand Soil would. It allows you to use cards like TG Striker and Warwolf to get back into the game to preserve your life total. I maybe would have liked to have seen like a Trag in this list. There seemed like a lot of positions where like as long as I lasted another turn, I was winning. But I do really like the concept. I think it's super cool. And I mean, you just can't... You can't give me a deck that's playing Miracle Synchro Fusion and think that I'm not going to have a great time with it. It does get to summon the greatest monster of all time, Ultimate Axon Kicker, which unfortunately is kind of a fucking piece of shit. It's actually really not very good at all. It can't be destroyed by card effects, and that's pretty much it. But it's a very fun... deck, to say the least, and Serene Psychic Witch is a historically overlooked card. I'm glad we got to show it off a little, but I think this match really showcased why both of these decks didn't really see any crossover success in like the YCS level.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shout out to Shadow1317, Moto, Tim00x3, Cameron Smith, MBT Play Medolce, Chaotic Meatball Part 2, Pony Starks, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, I ship MBT and Cimo, Draconic Phoenix the Immortal, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, David Liu, Dylan Hunter, Cody Bretz, John Two-Based, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Zerius Business, MBT caught injecting his Fairy Lily, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Valen Jackson, Hornet, aren't you glad I didn't say Alpha Tribute Ben 10, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeve stat, Matthew Brady, Max, Twinkle Muncher, Eater of Crayons, Luabon, Yodabon, Helios 515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, MBT funding the Iris with his Rothschild Wealth, that's his Roth IRA, Simping for Simo, Stolfin Amethyst, Nicholas Carpenter, Simo's Harem of Sexy Yugi Tubers, LGMBTQ, Nim Noodle, Malbranch of the Burning Tunnel, Stella and Zoa Vermilion, Wonder Waffle, James Keen, Skull Servant, and the Wandering Doomed are boyfriends. MBT cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon. Not reading cards makes the game interesting, and you know it. The MBT and MBT Yu-Gi-Oh! Stands for Morbin Time, The Undertaker versus Simo and MBT, Dalton, Hunter Reed, Shrug Zyx, The Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, Corvain, Dark Echo, TG Starman, Seamoose Engage, Viso the V, Wacky Waving, Arm Failing, Fable 2 Men selling crudely painted, not so funny plywood cutout folk art, and hatformat.com. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.